In preparation for the workshop on learning and work, we conducted a working session with the children from Aswan and Komombo that are part of the Pickwork project. The aim of this process is to give the children a chance to participate with their opinions in terms of what they see would be helpful goals to maintain in improving a good learning environment in their workplace. The day was split into three parts, three sets of activities. The first activity involved playing a video for the children, which was actually part of a long documentary that Pickwork had taped a couple of years back. The video was showing a 9-year-old boy who worked at a motorcycle repair shop, and it focused mainly on the attitude of the business owner towards the child in the workplace and how the learning environment was helping the child learn the actual work at the workplace. Following the video, we had an open discussion with the children. The children were asked about their opinions regarding what they saw in the video. And they came up with some very good comments on the attitude of the business owner with the child, how he was dealing with him, what kind of help he was offering him, encouragement as he was showing him how things are to be done at the workshop. His knowledge of the hazards in the workplace and how he relayed that to the working child, what he allowed the child to do and not to do based on the hazards that he sees in the working place, what kind of things did the child see were positive in terms of his learning experience at the workplace, whether the child went to school, and if he did, then how did he balance his time between work and school, amongst many other things that came up during the discussion. The children were very good at helping this discussion build on ideas that they saw as positive practices that need to be incorporated in the workplace in order to make the workplace a very healthy learning environment. The second part of the day included an activity where it was mainly sharing of stories and experiences amongst the working children. I started by sharing a working experience from the time I worked as a working child, as a 16-year-old, and that actually helped the children connect more with myself as a facilitator and understand that a lot of us in the room have actually experiences as working children. This brought up many stories regarding hazards, many stories regarding things that they do enjoy and they don't enjoy at the workplace, how the business owner dealt with the tasks that they didn't enjoy doing, how did he help in making these tasks easier, more enjoyable, how was he able to balance between the different tasks that he gave to the boys and girls. It was a very healthy sharing of stories. A lot of things came up regarding not just learning, but hazards, gender equality, and child rights as a whole in this process. The third part included breaking the children up into three working groups that discussed three main topics, all relating to learning and work. The first was good practices performed by the business owner to encourage a healthy learning environment. The second was regarding the problems or issues that the children find are a concern for them in terms of their learning at the workplace. And the third was the solutions that the children have come up with in terms of solving these problems at the workplace. The children were split in different rooms so that they're able to work loudly amongst each other on these topics, and then everyone was gathered back around in the same room to discuss their observations and the answers that they had come up with regarding the three topics. 4 children from each group were chosen by the children themselves within the group to represent each of the groups as they discuss their outcomes from each of the topics. We of course made sure that there was gender balance in the groups, so 2 girls and 2 boys represented each group, and 1 boy and 1 girl from each group represented either Aswan or Komombo. The last part of the day was taking up ideas or brainstorming ideas regarding the different roles each of us play in enhancing the learning process in the workplace. So we discussed the roles of the children as working children, what they see as their role in improving this learning environment, the roles of the NGOs that are involved with working children, the roles of the business owners who have working children at their workplaces, and the roles of any governmental organizations or entities that are involved with child protection and child labor. It was a very good brainstorming session because that coming at the end of a day where participation was very much a huge part of the process, where the children were given a chance to express their opinions, to express their experiences and share their stories. At the end, it really empowered them to give them that chance to indicate their roles or what they see were the roles of everyone else involved in these issues, and how this could actually help build a safer and better learning environment for them. The day involved several activities that helped encourage the idea of learning in the workplace and positive practices in the workplace. And I think by the end of the day, not only did they feel empowered by this participatory process, but they actually felt like what they had done in the past has actually gotten them to a better place in terms of their learning in the working place and in terms of feeling empowered by being working children, not looking negatively on their working experience.
Following the meeting in Aswan, the representatives of the children's group there were able to travel to Cairo and meet with other working children who were coming from factories in the Delta, from some of the older workshops that produce crafts in Old Cairo, and from the brickyards that operate to the south of Cairo. The working children in Aswan were able to help the larger group of working children repeat the participatory process that they had undergone in Aswan, and again look at the positive aspects of children's work, the negative aspects, and then how learning and work opportunities could be improved in workplaces. Working girls and boys work together in small groups to come up with their recommendations for how learning and work opportunities could be improved in workplaces in the future. Each of the working groups were able to present their ideas back to the larger group of children and eventually to come up with a common set of ideas of how learning and work opportunities could be improved in workplaces. Once they had a common set of ideas together, the children were able to make a presentation that they were later to share with the adult workshop that was taking place on the following days on learning and work. The adult workshop included decision makers from government, from donor agencies, and from a number of NGOs and nonprofit groups that were working with working children and other groups of young people.